If you asked you 10 years ago, you're gonna get in the car. Could you see yourself getting in the cards 10 years ago?
Hell no. 10 years ago, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was some square shit 10 years ago, to be honest with you, bro. Like, I really thought it was some square shit. I'm like, bro, who's paying $1 million for a picture of Mickey Bantu or a picture of Michael Jordan? I just Googled the same picture and just cut that shit out and just put it on the wall. You know what I mean? But like when the COVID shit came, shit was like all over the internet, all over the YouTube and shit. So I'm like, damn, it's like really bred in this thing. So I played around with it for a little while, got into it, started building a collection. But as I'm building a collection, I started having cold feet a little bit because I'm like, damn, like some of these cars at some times worth like 100 bands, 50 bands, 60 bands, and at like 5,000, 4,000. So the shit could just drop on you, dip at you at any time. You know what I mean? And then a lot of the players in my collection were like high risk players, like the James Hardens. You know, they were stars at one time, and then like the Ja Morants. I seen this stuff starting to fall. So I'm like, damn, at any given moment, this little $150,000 collection could be $40,000 before you know it. You know what I mean? So I say, I gotta get up out of this. Can't do this no more. So a lot of people think I jumped out early. A lot of people think like, okay, it sold itself short, but I seen where it was going. I seen where it was going. Like even like a lot of the cards in my collection, like the big cards, like the Jim Browns, and like these guys are all-time GOATs, autographed, on-card autographs. For cards like $3,500, they was comping at $3,200, and like at how long you gotta hold it for the joint to really start making some serious bread, So I said, yeah, we gotta get out of this and move on to the next thing. And that's the next thing happened to just end up being the One Piece, So it's like it all just timed out. It just all just timed out. So that's really how I just made the move, the power move into the One Piece. The One Piece was blowing at the same time that the cars was falling. So it just crossover. And that's where that came from.
When was that?
That was like, I started messing with the One Piece, I say like the summer, like 2024, like August of 2024. And actually bought my first card. It was like a Luffy pre-errata leader card. I jumped on that, still not knowing it was gonna blow. You know what I mean? I was just taking a chance at that time, like gambling at that time. Like it was like all a gamble. Like I felt it, but at the same time it was a gamble. So that was that. That was my first card I ever bought, and it just went from there. Took off.
Still got it?
Yeah, I still got it. I ain't going nowhere. That's like probably be one of the grails. Not one of the top tier grails, but it'll always be like a classic. Romance Dawn, Blue Bottom, Pre-Errata is Luffy. You know what I'm saying? So
It raised a lot in value.
yeah, it raised a lot. It raised a lot. At one point, it got up to like, I say maybe like 10, 9. It's down to like maybe 75 right now, 7 right now. But it's still a W at the end of the day. And like, it's sentimental to me because it was actually like my first card. And it actually hit, and it won. It was a W. So I felt good about it. So I'm always going to have that card.
That's right. This your first time coming to this car show?
Yeah, this is my first time in LA, actually, to be honest with you. Like, I used to be, even when I was in the sports car world, like, I'll be on YouTube and I'll see all the big shows, I see all the big vendors, and I'm like, damn, they out there killing them in Cali with the cars. Like, we might have like 1 car store, 2 car stores. They don't got everything, you know what I mean? So I was type jealous, like, damn, I gotta get out to the West Coast. Like, every day these got cars, I'm seeing big deals, and I'm seeing 101s, and I'm seeing all type of stuff. So I was like itching to get out here. So it's my first time out here. It's not the sports car thing, it's the One Piece thing, but it's still the same thing for me. It's like I'm like a kid in the candy store, like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? So even going to Burbank, like, this is like something big for me because I've been seeing Burbank on YouTube like forever. I've been seeing the big card store, the big cards, like, you know what I mean? So in the sports car world, they like the biggest of the big. So this is like a kind of like an honor for me to even come in and just, step foot in the door.
IG, do you feel like there's life-changing money in this car stuff?
I mean, to be honest with you, I thought that way with the sports cars because I happened to get in at the time when it was booming, and like everything you seen on YouTube was like, this car was for $1 million and this car was $1 million and this car's $1 million. So I kind of got caught up in the hype, like, you know what I mean? So I was putting a lot of bread into it, but then I kind of realized that shit was smoke and mirrors. But the One Piece thing, like, serious paper involved, like, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see in the future if it's life-changing money, you know what I mean? We'll see if it's like life-changing money, but it's profitable. Like, I'm up, I'm doing real well, but only time will tell if it like changed my life, you know what I mean? But I see it on the right path. I see it heading in the right direction, you know what I mean? Got the right cards, got in early enough, but anything can happen at any given time. Like nothing's really guaranteed. So in time will tell, we'll know if it's like life-changing money.
So what y'all think about the actual like lifespan of One Piece? You think it's still early, or you feel like it's on like the middle? What you think?
I think it's super early in the big scheme of things. It only been around. As far as the TCG is concerned, I think it's super early. Like, I can't see it really going nowhere. Like, One Piece has got so much going on right now. Like, outside of the TCG, even outside of the anime, like just the culture itself in general, from all the soccer players and baseball players and basketball players and the Red Bull and the college games and the Lakers, and it's too much going on for One Piece for it to just fall off and just pop like a bubble and just like disappear overnight. You know, like One Piece is global number one. You know what I mean? So even if it fall over in one country, it's not gonna fall in the next country. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really feel it. I don't really see it going nowhere short term anyway. You know what I mean? Or long term. It's just is what it is. The fan base is too big. You know, the fan base is too big, and to be honest with you, some of the fans, it's kind of like a cult following. Like some of these guys are like, I mean, all in, all in. Even the guys who ain't collecting the cards are like all in. You know, so I don't see it really going nowhere.
It's the most popular it's ever been right now.
I mean, yeah, as far as the TCG, I'm not really sure on the anime side how popular it's been in the past. Cause like I said, it's been out forever, 99 or whatever year it came out. So I don't really know how big it was then. But as far as like mainstream, like a lot of people who never heard of it before is actually getting into it. Like I'm getting DMs from everywhere. Like, yo, bro, you put me onto One Piece. Or like, bro, yeah, One Piece is the move. So I guess you can say it's like it's most popular right now. You know, the TCG is so young and new. I mean, we have to say yes on that because, you know, a year and a half ago, people wasn't really on it. But now it's just like everybody's on it. All the Pokemon dudes, all the sports dudes, everybody's on it right now. So
Facts.
yeah.